Hi, welcome to Maggie Chats Books. Today I'm going to do my September TBR. If you have watched my video about the Hugo Awards in Sci-Fi September, you'll see that I'm going to read approximately 4 or 5 of the Hugo Award winners for 2017. And after I put that video up, I found that Beckie from Beckie Bookworm had put up a challenge for a Sci-Fi September herself. So I thought I would combine the two and try to mix some of the books so I could also fulfill the challenges that she put up. So let me get started with what I'm going to read. The first challenge is to read a book with a strong female protagonist, and this one is going to be Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. And this is a book, very short story, about 80-90 pages, about a young woman who is accepted to a college that's in space. She's the first person within her family and area that her family lives in to leave. And she goes on a spaceship, and that's all I know about that, but she's obviously a very strong character because she kind of sneaks away to do this. So I will be reading that one for the first challenge. The next challenge is to read a book that takes place on the moon. I'm going to cheat a little bit, and this book is Jules Verne. It's in this huge volume here of 7 stories, but I'm just going to read From the Earth to the Moon. And this is written in 1865, and it talks about the race to the moon, and he, from what I understand, gets it pretty accurate in some places. Although it doesn't take place on the moon, that's the destination they're trying to get to, so I'm going to read this one. The 5th challenge is also to read a book written before the year 2000, so of course this book was written in 1865, so it meets that criteria, so I'm going to do a 2-for-1 on this book. The next challenge is to read a book with a spaceship on the cover, so I'm going to read Lavie Tidhar's Central Station. This book got a lot of publicity last year, especially. I just picked it up this year. I haven't read it yet. Apparently there's a space station that millions of people are at. I don't know much more about it than that, but I heard good things about it. The next challenge is to read a book written by a female, and I'm going to read Jemisin's The Obelisk Gate. This is also the Hugo Award winning book for this year. I am reading the 5th season now, so I'll be finished with that by September and then carry on with this book. And the next group of stories that I'll be reading are the Hugo Award winners that I've already gotten into it in a previous video, so I won't get into them too much other than to show you the books because I did get those since I filmed that video. The first is a short story that I'll be reading, and it's contained within the Starlit Woods, and this is New Fairy Tales version. It has about approximately 20 stories in it by various science fiction authors, and the one I'll be reading is Amal El Mahtar's Seasons of Glass and Iron. This book is really nice. It's a naked paperback, but it looks like a leather-bound book. I thought they did a nice job on the cover of this one. And the next story that I'll be reading is Seanan McGuire's Every Hearted Doorway. This is the short story. It's only about 150 pages. I will be buddy reading this one with Michelle from Novel Enthusiast, and I will put her channel below as well. So I'm looking forward to doing my first buddy read. I've always wanted to discuss books with people as I'm reading them, so we'll be doing that in September. And the next short story I'll be reading is The Tomato Thief by Ursula Vernon. It's in the Apex magazine. It's from January of this year. I could only get it in the e-version, so that's what I'll be reading. And the last book that I have on my TBR is Monstress by Marjorie, and this is the graphic novel winner on the Hugo Awards. It's called Awakening. It's volume 1. It is very nicely illustrated. At first I thought it was more fantasy, but they tell me it's science fiction, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. It's a bit dark looking, but I think it will be good. This is, like I said, volume 1, and there's at least another volume out already. So that's what I'll be reading. I'm not committing myself to anything else in September because I got quite a bit to read. If I do read anything else, I'll share it with you at my end of the month wrap up. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you'll read some science fiction books, and if you are, please let me know which ones you're going to read in September. If you'd like to join the challenge, I will link Beckie's video below so you can let her know that you're joining, and also do your TBR for that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.